World, hello, I'm coming to you live from my kitchen where I'm here to do another story time video. So this is the story of the time that I had beef with the mail delivery person who happened to be a female, and that female happened to be a bitch. So we're gonna go back in time about 4 years ago. This time I was living in my own apartment, right? So I was coming home from work. I was a home health aide at the time. I had my beautiful baby King, who was my dog, my buddy, my pal, my best friend, my child. Like, he was everything to me. And he's no longer with us. He lives in heaven now. The living room was basically his room. I would leave the light on for him. He would have the television with sounds of nature playing in the background, like birds and stuff, waterfalls. Anyway, so one day I'm coming home from work and I see the male woman, this male lady. I see this bitch. So the male lady, I see her. I'm across the street from my house, right? And I see her walking into my gate. So the second you would open my gate, my dog would bark because you're a stranger coming into his territory. So I see this bitch and she's opening the gate and I hear my dog barking at her, like going to town, barking at her. And then what do I hear? I hear her say, "Shut up." And in my brain, I was like, no, she did not just tell my dog to shut up. I was like, this bitch don't know who the... Because let me tell you something. When it came to my dog, I was ready to rip your fucking eyes out. Like, I'm going to gouge your fucking eyes out. And I'm going to do whatever needs to be done. But you're not going to disrespect my dog. And that's how I was. Like, I would get into full-blown fucking arguments in the street with people. There was one time where this guy said some slick shit. And I was like, mira, te cojo el bastón y te parto la cabeza con el bastón tuyo. And I basically told him, I will bash your fucking head in with your own fucking cane. Say something else. And he didn't say anything else. My dog barks at her because she's entering his lair and she's got the nerve to tell my dog to shut up. So I was like, how about you shut the fuck up? This is his house. You got a lot of nerve telling my dog to shut up. You shut the fuck up. Drop the mail and keep it moving. And she laughs, puts the mail in the mailbox and kept it moving. But the laugh pissed me off. So some time passes and I notice that I'm constantly getting mail in my mailbox that is not for my house. It's for the house next door or for the store on the other side. Like, you can't see, the numbers are different. You got one job, you can't do it right. One day I'm outside, right? And I see this bitch coming down the block with her fucking mail cart. I see her coming down the block and she comes in and she hands me the mail. I tell her thank you. Because I could be civil, you know what I'm saying? So she goes into the store to give the people in the store their mail. And I'm looking through the mail. And there's like only 2 letters that belong to my house. And the others are for this other building down the block. I'm like, this fucking dumb bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she just does it on purpose. I see her come out the store and I'm like, yo. She ignores me. And I'm like, yo. You know what I'm saying? I said it louder. And she comes. And I was like... I took the 2 mail. I said, this is for my house. This right here is not for my house. And I threw it at her. We had these things on the top of the steps, like, you know, railings, but they was like cement railings. And then there were these little squares that had decorative pineapples at one point. Not pineapples, lion's heads at one point. And then they got taken out throughout the years. And so now it was just a flat square. So I tossed them and it, you know, on top of that thing, I didn't give them to her in her hands because I don't like you, you know what I'm saying? So fuck you is my thought process. Like, you told my dog to shut up, bitch. Like, I'll never forgive you for that. I threw the mail onto the thing and then she picks it up, looks through some other mail that she had, and there was more mail for me. So she ends up giving me the mail, but she did exactly what I did to her. Like, I threw the mail back at her, so she threw the mail back at me. But when she threw the mail back at me, the mail fell. For what was that? When I saw those letters fall to the ground, it was like diarrhea of the mouth. I was like, yo, you fucking bitch. I can't stand your motherfucking ass. I said, first of all, you over here throwing the mail back at me, but you can't even do your fucking job right. She's there laughing or whatever. And I was like, all you could do is laugh. I said, that's all you ever do is fucking laugh. You come down the block, you act like a fucking bitch, and then you want to laugh about it like it's fucking funny. And so she walked away laughing. And I'm left in the front of my house fuming, okay? Like smoke coming out of my nose and my ears. And I'm like, oh, hell fucking no. This bitch. All I know is that after that, every day, because the mail would come at a certain time. So after that, if I wasn't at work and I was home that day, I would be outside. waiting for the mail, waiting for her. So the next day I happened to be home and I'm outside and nothing. I didn't see her. It was a different male person that came. And when I tell you, I never saw this bitch again come to my block. But I did see her. I saw her on the same avenue, but further down. Coming home from work and I saw her. I was like, oh, okay, she changed her route. So you want to be a bitch and curse out people's dogs and throw motherfuckers mail, you know what I'm saying, and give them the wrong mail and shit. And then when you get cursed the fuck out and you want to switch your route, because that's what she did, because I never saw her again on my block. So yeah, that was the quick story time of the time that the mail lady tried to, you know, get smart, and in the end got scared and changed her route. Mind you, if you know me, I'm not a violent person. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue. I don't like confrontation. I don't like none of that shit. But there are certain things that will rile me up in a fucking second, and then I don't know what to do. So because I don't know what to do, I end up going completely insane. I feel like maybe it was unnecessary beef, but at the end of the day, no, because you're gonna watch your fucking mouth. Shout out to my beautiful baby king who's living in the heavens right now, and you know, I would have done anything for him. The moral of this story, because there has to be a moral, the moral of this story is stay calm, right? And if somebody says some slick shit, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take it up the ass. Don't be so quick to get mad because somebody says some slick shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You can't let everything that irrelevant motherfuckers say get under your skin and potentially cause you to react in a negative way. And then because of what you do in retaliation to somebody else's bullshit, you end up getting the fucking short end of the stick. She just laughed it off. She looked at me and laughed at me like I was some type of joke. Meanwhile, I'm over there twisting and turning like the Tasmanian fucking devil, ready to fucking rip her head off, knowing damn well that I'm not going to. Alright, world, thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it, you already know. Subscribe to my shit, ring the bell so you could be notified for when I make other videos, because there will be more. And that's it.